Extension Agent Glenn Beard speaking. You know, we used to think that cotton was pretty much bulletproof as far as any kind of fungal pathogens or diseases, leaf spot diseases and that sort of thing. And within the last couple of years, we have confirmed 2 or 3 different leaf spots that are affecting different kinds of cotton crops. And today on the program, we have Dr. Bob Kimmerite. He's our extension plant pathologist. And today, Bob's going to be discussing some of these leaf spot diseases and possible control measures.
Well, it's great to be with you today, and I appreciate this opportunity very much. As you know, being a county extension agent, we're getting all kinds of questions from growers these days about what are the spots in the cotton field and what do we do about them. Well, the most common spot we've seen historically has been something called stem phyllium leaf spot. And these are buff-colored or buckskin-colored or gray spots with a dark purple border around them. They can defoliate a plant very quickly, and they appear almost at the same time over large areas of the plant. Stem phyllium leaf spot has been the most common leaf spot. It can cause significant and severe defoliation over significant parts of a field and typically appear in the same parts of a field year after year. You can almost expect where they're going to show up. Stem phyllium leaf spot, Glenn, is caused by a fungus called stem phyllium, but the underlying cause is a potassium deficiency. The plant isn't getting enough either because the soil fertility is low or because the plant's not getting the potassium into the leaves. And this is really a Dr. Glenn Harris soil science problem. But when the plant doesn't get the potassium it needs, this fungus, the stem phyllium, can get in there, causes these leaf spots. And these leaf spots can be very, very numerous. They can cause the leaves to drop off prematurely in devastating areas of the field. One good characteristic sign of looking at the stem phyllium leaf spot is a lot of times the center of these spots will become very dry, papery, and fall out, so you have what we call a shot hole appearance. Hold the leaf up to the light, and it looks like it's been shot with a shotgun or something like that. Bottom line, fungicides are typically have not been effective against this, even when applied early. It is a fertility problem. Now, a lot of growers are saying, well, I don't have stem phyllium, or I've had stem phyllium in the past. Well, we got some other diseases out there, Bob, and it does not seem to be tied to a potassium deficiency. We've got a new disease, or a newly recognized disease in Georgia over the past few years called Coronespora leaf spot. Now, Coronespora leaf spot is different than stem phyllium leaf spot in that, A, it does not seem to be tied to a potassium deficiency, and B, this disease starts from the bottom up in that wet, humid canopy and moves up the plant like we would expect other real diseases like peanut leaf spot, something like that. It starts in the interior canopy. And over the past 2 to 3 years, Glenn, we have seen this disease become more and more common, either because it is becoming more common or because we're looking harder for it. And what we have seen in severe cases is up to 2/3 to 3/4 of the lower canopy defoliated weeks or even months before we would expect the plant to be defoliated for harvest. Bottom line on Coronespora, it is a real disease, it appears, not related to a potassium deficiency or other nutrient deficiency. And most importantly, is that in some trials, we've got very little data, but the best trial would have been come out of Thomas County with R.G. Byrne last year. A single application of a fungicide, in this case, it was headlined at 6 ounces, mid-bloom, actually led to a significant increase in yield and a significant decrease in disease. Okay, what we saw where we sprayed strips, had 75% defoliation without the fungicide, 25% defoliation with the fungicide, average 63-pound increase in lint. It was a very good field, so we still had good yields even when we didn't apply it, but 63 pounds of lint over the entire field. But in some replications, the difference between a treated and untreated was between 120, 130 pounds of lint, so it was very good. So what do we do this year? I want to be first to say that just because you find a spot of Coronespora in the field does not mean that you have to spray a fungicide to protect against it. When fungicides are labeled, certainly Headline is the one I've used in the past. They've got BASF has a new fungicide called Twinline out there, which has got more systemic activity than simply Headline. Syngenta has Quadris. We continue to evaluate Quadris, and even some other fungicides are available. Okay, but Headline, Twinline, Quadris are the ones that we've done the most work on cotton with leaf spot diseases.
Thank you, Bob. And as always, if you need help in confirming some of these leaf spot problems that you might be having in your cotton fields, give us a call, and we have microscopes in-house that we can make that diagnosis right there in our own office. From the Colquitt County Extension Office, this is County Agent Glenn Beard, hoping you have a good day.